Friday night lights, and a little rainy Friday night lights here at Mason High School. The 1-0 Mason Comets out of the GMC taking on the 1-0 Centerville Elks out of the GWalk. I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner Evan Amazon. And Evan, why don't you tell us a little bit about this matchup?
Well, it's a pretty good matchup. These teams have faced off a lot of sports. Centerville, Mason basketball, soccer, had a lot of experience against each other. Now for some football tonight, starting for the Elks, they had a really nice offensive performance against Fairfield. Chase Harrison, the quarterback, 2 touchdowns. And Amable Wakilongo, 15 attempts, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns. A really good offensive performance. And for the Comets, the quarterback split time. Michael Molnar started the game. Larson Brown came in, threw 2 touchdowns, including a 30-yarder to Kobe Lewis.
Yeah, they're two very polar opposite teams. Mason's defense, they held Gahanna Lincoln to only 7 points last week. Centerville Elks put up 38 on Fairfield, who's got a pretty good defense. So it's going to be interesting to see Centerville's offense versus Mason's defense. And another story, the young quarterback of Mason Comets, they are starting the junior Larson Brown, getting his first varsity start here at Dwyer Field against the veteran, the Marshall commit, Chase Harrison. And we're about ready to kick off. Mason going to be receiving the opening kick. And we're underway. Friday Night Lights here at Dwyer Field. Kick taken by Kobe Lewis. He's to about the 20. Pushes forward to about the 21-yard line.
It looked like Caden Evans was getting into it a little bit behind the play with a Centerville player. So already it's getting a little chippy. This is a big matchup, one really looking forward to. See what Larson Brown can do. Like you said, first starting game on varsity, the brother of Colin Brown, Comets quarterback a couple years back. Offense likes to run the ball a lot. They don't really go for a ton of deep passes. With Michael Molnar, more of a running quarterback, but let's see. They'll change their game a little bit up with Larson Brown behind center.
Brown behind center. He's got twins to his right and twins to his left. Looks like that's going to be Nick Saylor, the back next to him, and that will be a read option. And he's be swallowed up behind the backfield. Not a great start for Brown, and maybe not the right read.
Yeah, that's a play the Comets like to run with Michael Molnar. Molnar, more of an athletic quarterback, plays a lot of sports. A little bit surprising to see them start that out with Larson Brown. Maybe hoping Centerville's defense wouldn't expect it, but they were all over that one, and that's going to be a loss of 4. So 2nd and 14. Maybe the Comets try to pass here, slant over the middle, get some positive yards.
That brings up a 2nd and 15. You're going to see Larson Brown and shotgun. They mixed it up a lot in week 1 between shotgun and under center. And with their wide receiver formations, right now they got 2 to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to fake the handoff once again, off tackle. And he's only going to get about 1 or 2 yards. Nick Bruder makes the tackle. He's the 2-way star for Centerville.
And swarm of defenders again for the Elks. Comets 2 straight plays. Trying to go the option to the left side this time. It's now 3rd and 13, really in a hole here. Let's see if the Comets go for it and try to get the first down, or if they play more conservative on this play. Just try not to turn the ball over.
Saylor's going to be the back again. Comets kind of rotated in 3 different guys at that running back position, or at least that's what we expected. But Brown's got twins to his left, looks left, throwing over the head of Kobe Lewis. Looked like some miscommunication.
Yeah, it looked like Brown expected Lewis to go out a little bit more. Maybe a few more yards on the hook route over his head there. So a little bit of a rough start. Comets on offense. Shirley going to punt here with Michael Molnar. And he's been exceptional this year, punting for the Comets. 42.6 yard average in the opener against Lincoln with a long of 59.
We saw the offensive struggles in week 1, and they look to continue in the first drive. And that's a bad snap. It's the end zone and into the back of the end zone. So the first points of the game will be 2 to Centerville off a safety. And not the start the Comets wanted.
Yeah, it's about as bad as it can be for the Comets for the first 2 minutes, especially considering they got the ball first. So it will be a safety and a 2-0 lead for the Elks. That's exactly what the Comets cannot do, considering how prolific this Elks offense has been in the first game.
Yeah, Molnar was getting ready to take the snap. Wasn't anything on his part, just way over his head. You could see him going back right as the snap came out of his hands. And he had no chance to recover that one before heading out of bounds. And Centerville will receive a punt. And they're on the board, 2-0.
Centerville is also going to get pretty good field position on this one as well. Likely going to start their drive in Comets territory.
Jake Bates looking to capitalize on that terrific all-around performance he had last year. He had a couple, or excuse me, last week. He had a couple of good runs, combined 7 tackles, and was really good on special teams. He's a three-way player.
And it's going to be Ryan Rubinski now to kick here off the safety.
And there's no punt in safeties in high school football, but they move it back from the normal kickoff. It's at the 25-yard line now. So we'll see what Rubinski can do. Kicks up, going to be taken at about the 30-yard line and swallowed up about the 36. Great job by a few Comet defenders on that play. Kai Woolfolk, the sophomore, getting in there early.
Tyler Dalton also in on the stop for the Mason Comets.
A good bounce back play there by the Comets on special teams. Now will be the first drive for Chase Harrison in this Elks offense.
Centerville runs a similar offense to Mason. Right now they got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to right in motion. Takes snap, couple step drop back, and got a receiver across the middle. He's looking for that first down marker, and he from the official to see where he got out of bounds. Joseph Gene Lewis on the reception. That's his first reception of the year. He's one of those two-way stars. Centerville plays a lot of guys 2 ways.
It is a first down for the Elks.
And they will give him the first down on that play. 1st and 10 coming up for Centerville.
Centerville trying to play a little bit up-tempo, get to the line quickly. They like to tire defenses out.
There's going to be some movement. It looks like it's a false start on Centerville. Immediately called by the officials. Kind of a break for Mason, pushing back 5 yards.
That's one downside of moving fast with that up-tempo offense. You got to make sure your guys are set on the line.
Brings up 1st and 15.
Harrison, this time, twins to his right, 1 to his left. And immediately going to hand off. It's swallowed in the backfield. That's by Caden Evans, the senior star linebacker, who didn't have quite the performance category last week, but he's getting in the stats category early. Tackle for a loss.
Yeah, the Comets defense really picking up where they left off. Only last week they gave up only 7 points, and it was just kind of a miscommunication play where Lincoln got a long touchdown, but other than that, almost a perfect defensive game for him.
Slow little drop back by Harrison, but caught across the middle. Looks like that catch is going to be Cameron Smith, who went for 3 receptions, 117 yards and a touchdown last week. And he's got him in pretty good position on a 3rd down, about a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Smith is kind of that main guy. The Comets secondary has to watch him. 3 for 117 and a touchdown. He's got elite speed. Comets a very young secondary. No returning seniors in the secondary, only 2 on the whole defense. Comets stepped up last week. It's going to be tough to keep it up against the Elks.
Harrison dropping back, short little dump pass, but it's deflected by a Comet defensive lineman, and that's huge. Set up a 4th and about 5, and the punt team's going to come out for the Elks.
It looked like that was Kyle Elko on the deflection.
4th down.
And I think it was Kyle Elko. We talked about him a lot on last week's broadcast. He wasn't expected to get a lot of playing time, but the injury to Bryce Falk would change that a little bit early on. And the punt's going to be up. Bounce around the 14-yard line and heads in the direction that the Elks don't quite want, but it stays at the 15. Still not great field position for the Comets.
Down the ball for the Elks at the 15-yard line of the Comets.
like to see the Comets try to get Sailors involved a little bit here. They went with 2 read options. First couple plays where Brown kept it. See if they'll try some runs up the middle. See if that will open up the passing game a little bit. It was easy last year when you had a guy like Nolan McCormick. You could feed 20 carries all game, and he could get you 4 yards every single time. Definitely a big loss for this offense.
Sailors, the starting running back this year, had 17 attempts for 63 yards last week. Brown in shotgun formation, looks right immediately, finds Saeed Garnett, the senior first-year varsity player. Garnett makes a nice move, but eventually going to be tripped up at about the 18-yard line. Bring up about a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Garnett, a little bit quiet of a game last week. Only 2 receptions for 4 yards, but he's got a lot of speed. Slot receiver for the Comets. Definitely very good at those slants over the middle.
Mason likes to use a lot of those short passes, some screens. I see Michael Molnar, who started quarterback week 1, is out to Brown's left. It's going to be a handoff to Sailors. Sailors tries to find a hole, and will only get about 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, the Comets trying to utilize Michael Molnar. This possession, very athletic, plays basketball and baseball as well. So the Comets trying to get him involved as much as possible.
Brings up a 3rd and 5. It's a big 3rd down for the Comets. Decent field position. Would give Centerville decent field position if they were forced to punt here. Brown takes the snap. Rolling out to his right, down the sideline and overthrown. Looks like he had Saeed Garnett, but Garnett does not have the height advantage, and that's going to bring up another 4th down.
Yeah, good rush there from Kaprinski. Almost got to Brown. Brown heard some footsteps behind him, kind of had to get rid of that a little bit early, not able to make a super accurate pass on the run. So another good defensive possession for Centerville. It's going to result in a Comets punt here.
2nd time Molnar's come on to punt. Hopefully it'll be the first time he actually does get a punt off. It's high again. Luckily Molnar's able to corral that in and put up a decent punt. It bounces at about the Comets' 48-yard line. Set up really good field position for Centerville.
Yeah, really good job by Molnar. One-hand extension, able to make the catch, almost like a fly ball in center field, like when he plays baseball. But that saved another 2 points for the Comets there.
Yeah, the 3-sport athlete. He started last year in all football, basketball, and baseball for the Comets. Most likely will go somewhere to play baseball in college. That's his favorite and what a lot of people feel he's best at. But for now, Harrison coming back on the field.
It'd be interesting to see a 4-0 score. I can't remember the last time I would have seen that.
Handoff going to eventually be given up. Looked like it was a read option to Wakilongo, who's able to find a yard or 2.
Yeah, Wakilongo, huge game last week. 192 yards, 2 touchdowns. Him and Cameron Smith are the 2 guys this Comets defense really need to focus on.
Yeah, one of the things Centerville wanted to do coming in is get more people involved. They didn't have a bunch of guys on the stat sheet. Only 3 guys had a reception all game. Excuse me, 4 guys had a reception all game. Only 2 guys in the rushing categories. And Wakilongo is going to be handed off once again. And once again, same result, just 1 or 2 yards. Gives the Mason defense led by Caden Evans fired up.
Yeah, Evans off to a really good start. Like you mentioned before, Ben, only 2 tackles last week. He's already matched that already, so very good start for him.
Caden Evans read that perfectly, exactly where he needed to be at the right time, filling up the hole.
Good push as well from Aaron Spears coming in, helping Evans with that tackle. Now 3rd and 5.
Wakilongo in motion. Not a lot of pressure, but he's going to roll out. Harrison finds a receiver down the sideline, and it will be a 1st down. That catch made by Leprinsky. Coverage wasn't quite there for the Comets. Harrison able to find the perfect thread the needle, but there is going to be an Elk down
Apollo Home says when Mason is playing football, you shouldn't be worrying about heating, air conditioning, plumbing, or electrical problems. Let them take care of that
watch
for
the
you.
left tackle. Watch his left leg. Overextended a little bit. Gives the Comets and Elks a chance to get hydrated, take a break.
For all your vehicle service and repair needs, visit Foreign Exchange at foreignx.com or call.
Luckily, he's going to be able to walk off the field. He helped off the field. Unfortunate sign for Centerville.
There's a Foreign Exchange in Centerville as well.
That's always tough, especially losing that left tackle position. Arguably the most vital position on the field for your quarterback.
It's next man up for the Elks. Looking to keep the offense going. They're now at the 32-yard line of the Comets. Shotgun formation once again for Harrison. He's got trips to his left. One receiver's to his right. No one in the backfield. Immediately, quick pass, slant across the middle. Miscommunication from Harrison and his receivers.
We saw that pass was intended for Colin Becker. It was off target.
It looked like that was Beckert there. He was going to cut more of a corner route, but instead Harrison kind of lobbed that one over the middle. Could have been dangerous for the Elks. Comets, they had a couple guys closer to that ball. Maybe could have come down with that play. Kind of lobbed that one up as well, but fortunately for them, Comets secondary mostly out of that area.
Pretty good coverage from junior J.C. Deaton. Twins to his left. At a handoff up the middle. Waukee Longo met right at the line of scrimmage by a swarm of Comets. The defensive line is right there. It's up a 3rd and long.
Pushed back by Will Ott and Michael Molnar.
Third and long coming up for Centerville. Twins to the left. Motion coming from the receiver. Snap taken. 3-step drop back. A quick little dump screen, but he's on the ground immediately. Waukee Longo with the reception, but not able to stay on his feet. No gain for Centerville.
Great response by this Comets defense. Elks able to pick up a 1st down.
But it is 4th down territory, especially for high school, some of these high school kickers. This is a big defensive play coming up for the Comets. Excuse me, they are going to kick the field goal. It's going to be Jackson Courtville. He was 1 for 1 from field goals last week, 5 for 5 from extra points.
This will be a 48-yarder. Not an easy kick in the NFL, let alone a high school kicker.
Courtville's one of the best. The kick is up, and it's good. Courtville right through the uprights.
I can see why there was no hesitation there by the Elks coaching staff to send him out on the field. Drilled that one. So the Elks with a rare 5-0 lead. The Comets still only down 1 score. A touchdown would put them ahead here.
Not the worst that can happen for the Comets through the first couple drives. As Courtville, textbook with the right foot. Just could have been good from even longer.
Yeah, special teams, one of the most overlooked things in football. You kind of already see how it makes a difference. The Comets, bad snap. Elks get the safety and 2 points. Just like that, they drill a 48-yarder. So all these points just haven't been a result of special teams. Poor execution by the Comets and good execution by the Elks.
Mikey Jones,
along with Kobe Lewis,
back to receive the kick from Courtville.
Brandon Salo will kick off for the Elks. Waiting back there are Mikey Jones and Kobe Lewis.
It's good to see the Black Hole back here for week 2. Very impressive showing week 1 for multiple different sports too. The volleyball games were crazy this week at home at Mason High School. Pretty big showing, the biggest showing I've seen in my career in high school. Filled all the way top today, even on a rainy Friday night. Kicks up, gonna be taken. They're gonna let it bounce in the end zone, touchback. Mason will get the ball at the 20.
They can see Courtville, strong leg there. Gonna be a touchback, so the Comets haven't really had good field position throughout the game. See if they can at least get a first down, move the chains a little bit, try to set the Elks with bad field position.
Their 2 possessions were 3 and out. One ended in a safety, one ended in a punt. So Evan, if you're Mason, what do you got to do to move that first down chain for the first time today?
I feel like the Comets got to mix it up a little bit offensively. Maybe hand it off to Sailors a little bit, try to get the run and look for some short passes. Not sure those read options are going to work too well. Centerville's been reading those pretty well.
Brown looking right, he's got a receiver open, that's Lewis.
Throw it deep to Kobe Lewis, that's what I think will work.
Just as you were talking about, Kobe Lewis beats his defender.
A similar route to last week on a touchdown. Lewis scored. And just like that, not only a first down for the Comets, but in Elks territory as well at their 40-yard line.
For the first time today, and Mason will have one receiver to the left, one to the right. Brown takes the snap, handoff, given to Sailors. Sailors around the tackle. And looks like we swallowed up for no gain.
Nick Sailors was brought down by.
As Centerville front 4, very quick, very athletic. Swarm Sailors in that play. Almost got into Larson Brown a few times as well.
Comets got half a yard. It's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 coming up for the Comets. Molnar heading back out there at receiver. Brown for the first time today is going to take a snap under center. Sailors in the backfield. Couple tight ends. So he fake handoff, roll out to his right. He's got a receiver. That's Quentin Kaler. Kaler's got the first down. He's down the sideline, inside the 10. We'll fire in the end zone. Comets take a 6-5 lead. Connection Juniors. From Larson Brown to Quentin. Their 2nd touchdown connection of the season.
Yeah, really good play from Larson Brown there, rolling out to his right. He had some pressure. Still able to make the accurate throw to Kaler on the run. Like you said, Kaler's 2nd touchdown in as many games. Not listed as one of the main receivers on this roster, but making a huge impact in these first couple games.
It's going to be Michael Timmons. He was 1 for 2 in extra points last week. His 3rd attempt of the season was a little short, but it goes through the uprights. Just got enough on it. And 7-5 is the lead for the Comets.
A really nice fake roll to the right. Brown doesn't let the pressure get to him. It looked like Kaler was going to be swallowed up, able to break one tackle from Kaprinski. From there, blockers out in front. Good final block from tight end Ben Fosnot. An athletic play from both the juniors. So just like that, Comets, after a very rough start, take the lead. It only takes a couple plays sometimes to really turn around the momentum of this game.
I was just going to ask that. How about the momentum shift? That reception to Lewis and then the touchdown from Kaler. Comets now have the lead and are feeling good after 2 not ideal offensive possessions. Just 2 plays after getting their first down of the game, they get their first touchdown of the game of the lead. 2:03 to go now in the first quarter. Ryan Rominski back to kick.
Yeah, they use Timmons. The Comets use Timmons on extra points, field goals. Rominski on kickoffs. Comets sideline, a lot of energy now as well.
The lefty boots it away. That's a high kick. Pretty good kick from Rominski. And reception, taken all the way out to the 30. He's got some room on the sideline, finally tripped out at about the 35.
Yeah, it's Cameron Smith. Very nice kick return. Gonna set the Elks up with good field position. Trying to respond. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
That's Jim Frimpong teaming up with Quentin Kaler, who just scored the touchdown to take him down. So a 1st and 10 at their own 36 for Centerville. Shotgun formation again, low snap, finally taken up by Harrison. He's just going to take it himself up the tackle and not get any room.
So some high snap there for the Elks. Good job by Harrison, able to corral that one and at least bring it back to the line of scrimmage.
Jake Bates and Guido Jackson were there for Mason.
Yeah, Jake Bates, Guido Jackson, good job getting the ball as quickly as possible, holding it to no gain.
Joaquin Longo to the left of Harrison. Twins to the right. Receiver in motion. It's going to be handed off. And in the backfield, he breaks a tackle. Will Ott in pursuit, can't get him. There's going to be a flag on the play.
I wonder if that's going to be a face mask on Smith.
That was Cameron Smith on the rush. Went sideline to sideline, and it will be a holding on the offense. Caden Evans got it right, signaling the right way. Big centerpiece of this defense.
Looked like a little bit. Smith trying to get the stiff arm there. Good job breaking the initial tackle. But yeah, will be a penalty on him.
It's going to push him back to the 29-yard line.
J.C. Beaton made the stop for Mason. And the penalty takes the ball all the way back to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 17.
For 2nd and 17.
Chase Harrison's pass intended for Rick Brewer was out of bounds. 3rd down. Senior Clarity Insurance is once again a proud supporter of Mason High School.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough situation. Comets most likely knowing what's coming. Probably a long pass trying to get the 1st down.
Find them online at www.mason-ohio.com. or call 398-6966. Joseph G. Lewis caught it. But Will Rock was there immediately for the Comets. Fourth down.
Cameron Smith for the 2nd time booted away for Centerville. It's a high punt. Kobe Lewis with a fair catch at about the 24-yard line. Comets with 20 seconds on the clock in the first quarter.
Kobe Lewis fair caught the Elks punt at the 25.
Yeah, Comets almost able to get there on the rush as well. So we'll start on the 25-yard line. If you just look at the score, you think it might not be a great job by this Comets defense, but they've played a very impressive game. Of course, the safety, not their fault. And the field goal, the Elks had very good field position. Only gave up about 15 to 20 yards. The offense, much better start this week than last week. They're trying to find Lewis on that little hooker out there.
Second down.
A little bit wide to the left on the throw. Lewis wasn't quite backing up to the football there.
18 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Trips to the left of Brown. One receiver to his right, no tight ends. Shotgun snap taken. Read option. Handed off to Sailor Sanders. Nice get Nick Sailors.
Big Nick Sailors found some room that time. First down.
Yeah, it's something we haven't really seen from Nick Sailors. A very nice spin move. And the Comets content to end the quarter on that. Momentum there from that Sailors run that moves the chains. So it was all Elks in the first 5 minutes. The Comets take a 7-5 lead at the end of the first quarter.
Between quarters, we'd like to introduce the cheerleaders for each team. First for the Elks. Working hard over there in front of their cheering section, Kayla Bucklew, Haley Bueller.
Hello everyone and welcome to ICRC TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Win! Comets win! Yeah!
Grace Delaney, Gracie Brossert, Isabel Paley, Kelly McLean, Isabel Wilbrick.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights here at Mason High School. Comets on the 7-5 lead.
Sophia McMahon.
And there's Quentin Kaler, the man who scored the touchdown for the Comets on the sideline, number 8.
Maggie Cruz and Mallory Everman.
The Comets will start possession here on the 38-yard line. Brown's going to take it in the shotgun, hand it off to Sailors to him left, able to break a tackle. The gain for about 4 yards. So Nick Sailors continuing the drive, picking up right where he left off from the first quarter. Nice run for 5.
I think that last drive was big for the Comets to open up the pass game. That's going to kind of clear the box for Centerville. They're not going to stack it up as much as they did in the first couple possessions. And you've seen Sailors able to rattle off a couple of good runs back to back.
Yeah, and Larson Brown tonight, 83 yards. He had 62 last week, so love to see the improvement there from the junior quarterback. Now Brown again in the shotgun. He's going to play action fake the Sailors. He's looking deep. And close there. A pretty good throw to Lewis, unable to come down with it. Very nice, accurate pass in the play action. Fooled the Centerville defense there. It looked like Lewis almost able to come down with it. Let's take a look at the replay.
Fooled a lot of people. You can't tell if maybe that was the play design to let a few of those defensive line in, or not a very good job done by the offensive line. But either way, Brown felt a little pressured.
Emmanuel Dang there with coverage for the Elks.
And he is going to be, looks to appear to be hurt on the sideline. Hopefully everything's okay with him.
There's going to be Garnett in motion for the Comets. Goes left, back to the right. A quick hooker out for Lewis, unable to come down with that one as well. So the Comets not able to get that play on 3rd and 5.
Lewis may be a little too anxious right now. He had that big reception last drive that can get your energy going, and then maybe a little too high at times. You know, they always tell you the classic saying, you got to catch before you run. And he didn't do that too well there. He'll force Mason to punt.
It's going to be Molnar's second punt of the game. Oh, and they dropped the fair catch, and it looks like the Comets end up with it. That was Nick Bruder, the punt returner.
J.C. Deaton on the recovery for the Comets. And that's exactly what you want out of a punt like that from Molnar. Beautiful punt. It was high. It gave special teams unit of the Comets to get there, kind of put the pressure on Bruder. And he definitely felt the pressure, dropped it right in front of Deaton. A good job by Deaton, quick on the ball, and giving the Comets really good field position. As you see, Comet special teams unit was right there. He tried to fair catch, actually, but I think he could still feel the presence of Deaton and others.
Yeah, it was Weston Simmons as well was in on that play. Now the Comets looking to capitalize, extend the lead here. And it's going to be a fake to Sailors. And Brown's going to go up the middle.
The one disadvantage a lot of people feel about starting Brown at quarterback instead of Molnar, he doesn't have the legs that Molnar had, and it showed last game. Molnar didn't get a ton of snaps at quarterback, but he ran for 40 yards.
And Brown going to be set up under center.
Power formation for the Comets. And Kobe Lewis knew it. He jumped off sides, frustrated with himself even before the whistle.
That makes you wonder if the Comets are going to go play action on that one. The running formation, Lewis trying to get into his route a little bit too early there, so that's going to be 2nd and 14. Push the Comets back to the 29-yard line.
Just
the last thing you want to do here if you're the Comets is get out of field goal range. So
just goes along with that being over anxious that we talked about earlier.
And now Brown, a little bit of a kind of play fell apart there. Brown has to try to make the best out of it, but it looks like there will be a flag. So Brown kind of just rolled out to the right there.
Could be very fortunate for the Comets if they can get the flag to go the other way, but it won't. They point to the Comets side. We're awaiting the call. And it'll be a holding on the offense.
Yeah, so back-to-back penalties. So this is a drive for the Comets that started at the 25, and now they're at the 42. So going in the wrong direction here. 2nd and a very long 27.
On 2nd down, here's the time you're going to look for a long pass.
Brown's going to drop back. He's got a lot of time. He's looking deep, trying to fire to the end zone, and a little bit short, and that will be intercepted by the Elks. It's going to be Matthew Gravine with a pick. And you could argue that that could be a little bit of a break for the Comets. So that was an incomplete pass. They might have had to punt anyways. And that Elks will have to start inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that could be a blessing in disguise, but that one just came out of Brown's hands wrong. I don't know if it was the pressure that he felt, but there was no spiral on that. Kind of a floating duck. It happens when you're a quarterback and you get all that pressure.
Looked like Lewis might have had a step on Gravine there. So now Elks backed up pretty far in their own territory. Harrison takes the quick snap, and it will be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, how about Caden Evans? One of the things he needed to work on from his sophomore and junior year is that pass coverage. We know how good he can be in run coverage, plugging his holes, but at times he could struggle with the outside passes, and doing a really good job there.
Yeah, it was Bryce Cowgill, the tight end for the Elks, not able to call that one in. So we'll be 2nd and 10. Wakalongo in the backfield. And Harrison, he's going to dump it off. It looks like that will be a safety. Oh, and it looks like he will be called down at the 1.
I'm not sure about that play call. It looked like it was a little dump off screen. When you're all the way back in the end zone, it's not exactly the best spot, especially when the design play is to let the defensive line get through. And looks like forward progress will have him down at about the 1. Still sets up a long 3rd and 13.
Yeah, they were fine with letting Caden Davis come through. A little bit of pressure there on Harrison, but a couple of guys also on the receiver. So they're going to throw that one over the middle. Looking for Smith.
Extracurricular activity. Caden Evans was just standing there. Got the push from Cameron Smith.
So they're going to get a penalty back up from the 1-yard line. So let's see where they're going to go.
Caden Evans has been frustrating all day for the Centerville offense. Rarely do you see that. He pushed 3 different guys on that after that incompletion. You could just tell that's frustration from Smith. Say unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, Smith with 117 yards of touchdown last week. Not getting involved too heavily so far. So you can really see his frustration, and that's the half-inch line, about as close as you can get to the end zone. It's going to set up a very difficult punt situation here. Comets, of course, going to try to get a lot of pressure on this kick.
Week 1, they did block a kick, and they were close a couple more times.
Yeah, good job getting it off. But that's going to set up great field position for the Comets at about the 37-yard line.
As you can see, the incompletion shoves his first guy there. Here comes a second. Evans may have said something, but you saw there was no contact made by him.
He might have been a little.
Good job to not retaliate for Evans getting the penalty.
He might have been a little frustrated too. Simmons hit him a little bit late, but the ball was still in the area.
Or you can sign all your paperwork online. Shop virtually at kingsplayer.com or explore.
It's now 1st and 10 at the 35. Brown hands it off to Sailors. Minimal gain there, about 1 yard, and that's actually going to be Jake Bates taking the handoff for the Comets. Mostly defensive player, but got a couple carries last week at running back as well.
You could just tell the aggressiveness Bates plays with just from that rush alone. That's his first rush of the game. And a lot of times, before you've got that first contact offensively, you can play kind of scared, kind of laid back, but Bates, that's just not his nature.
Yeah, Bates will remain in the game at running back. See if the Comets try to get Michael Molnar involved. Receiver instead, they're going to dump it off to Lewis. Makes a man miss. Spin move. He goes for about 8. Looks like he's close to the first down marker. So they'll say 3rd and 2. The Elks 34. Crucial play for the Comets, trying to extend the drive and see what they can do on this 3rd down.
Good combo move by Lewis. Looks like it could have been just a gain of 3, but he's able to stretch it out to 5. If he makes a man miss, then gets a couple more off the spin move. And that's what he does. He's got a lot of quickness at the wideout position.
Another power formation for the Comets. Molnar, the only player outside. And a little bit of a trip. And let's see if they will say a fumble. It looks like. Yeah. Looks like they're going to call the fumble there. Looked like he was close to down, and that's going to be Elks ball. So sloppy game, a lot of turnovers. And that's Bates just kind of tripped on the handoff.
Brown didn't have the ball firmly in his hand either. It looks like that was Zane Worrell who forced the fumble, or came in with tough contact in Brown. He was right on his butt. And then Bates tripped when he didn't have the ball firmly in the first place. And it took a while for anyone to realize the ball was down.
It looked like the safety Powers got in there as well, kind of forcing the ball loose. See if the Elks can capitalize. Harrison over the middle. Able to find Kaprinski for a gain of about 11 and a first down.
You can kind of tell the pace that Centerville's trying to play with right now. They're trying to play up tempo. First play of the drive, they got it off pretty quickly. And they're going no huddle. A lot of high school teams like to do that. A lot of times each offensive player has their own wristband, and they just call plays from the sideline.
And another slant route similar to the last play, again for about 11. This time it's Nick Bruder, who had a touchdown last week for the Elks. It's another first down. The Comets defense maybe a little tired there as Deaton's able to make the play. But back-to-back first downs on practically the same play.
This was the Comets' problem last year, was those medium yardage pass plays up the middle. Their safety's got to step up.
This time Harrison's going to keep it himself. Comets all over that one. That's Caden Davis, the very nice tackle there.
How about Davis, the TikTok star? He's got hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. And is making his name known on the football field as well.
A star on and off the field. Certainly, Ben.
Juju Smith-Schuster-esque and Chase Claypool.
I haven't seen Caden Davis dance on other teams' logos, though.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know he's talked about it before.
And Harrison trying to find Smith downfield there. That's going to go over his head.
Looks like they try to get another quick pass off. This time it was long. Try to sneak it past the Mason secondary. Back in coverage was Mikey Jones, only a sophomore. But he's done a really good job holding his own so far the first week and a half.
Yeah, this Comets young secondary doing a pretty good job.
3rd and 10.
So 4 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And Harrison, that's going to be deflected there. Really good defense from Deaton. He's putting together a nice game so far.
Yeah, Deaton's got a lot to prove. Overall, played a pretty good game last week. He's only a junior, but he did let up that big touchdown against Lincoln last week.
And much improved performance so far. And the Elks will be forced to punt. It looked like they had a lot of momentum going on those back-to-back first down slants. Another low snap. That's going to bring Lewis back to about the 5-yard line. He's able to get a pretty nice return.
Really good punt from Smith, and it's rare to have guys like him who play offense, play defense. He was the guy who you can tell got frustrated last time out, got the unnecessary roughness call. In football, the position that takes the most focus usually a lot of time is punter or kicker. You know, it's not always energy based. It's a lot of focus, and Smith doing a good job getting recouped. Kind of not letting himself get out of hand there. Good punt from him. Not great field position for the Comets.
The Comets plenty of time, 5 minutes left in the first half. Now Brown takes the snap, drops back, looks for Molnar, and he gets him on the sideline. So little quarterback to quarterback there.
Molnar's first reception of the season. You know, started the season coming in as the quarterback, got moved to different positions, and people are really excited to see what he can do at those more athletic positions. I mean, he's an athlete if we've ever seen one, especially in high school.
Yeah, Comets lost a lot of receivers last year, so certainly you could use another outside guy, and that's where they're putting Molinar. And again, the Comets go with that read option. It really hasn't worked so far this game. Like you mentioned before, Ben, that's more of Molinar's game, the read options, the up-tempo. He's more of a mobile quarterback. Brown, more of a pocket passer. And again, that doesn't work for the Comets. So now 3rd and 4, trying to stay on the field here.
Yeah, it's hard week after week, especially last week when they kind of switched them in and out to change a game plan, change your playbook like that. Mason has a lot of plays designed around the read option. So that was a big decision in the switch to Larson Brown as quarterback.
And Brown drops back on 3rd and 4. Looking over the middle. And a nice throw to Lewis there. Tight window. And Lewis able to come down with a nice catch after a couple drops on the last couple drives. Good bounce back there.
I think he's finally settled down, even through contact there from the Centerville secondary. Able to stay poised, stay focused, and get the first down for the Comets.
Now the Comets on the 27-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Sailors. Looks to gain a couple yards there in the line of scrimmage.
It's going to talk about how good of a job this offensive line's been doing. Big question mark coming into this week. You got Cooper Schreider's out. Lane Davidson, the other tackle, missed a lot of time in practice this week. But they've held their own today against a very dominant Centerville defensive line.
So under 3 minutes left in the first half. Comets 2 receivers out to the left. Brown drops back. He's looking deep for Monar. Oh, and it looked like he had it there for a second. Monar initially looked like he was able to come down to that one. Kind of lost contact there as it hit the ground. A nice throw from Brown, putting it where only Monar could get it, away from the defense. Look at the replay.
Yeah, it's tough coming into a new position. That's only his third target of the game, third target of the season. It's his first game playing receiver.
The Comets are kind of picking on Emmanuel Dang in a lot of the deep routes. He had 6 tackles last week for the Elks.
Yeah, you saw Dang on the sideline on the bench being looked at for injury. Maybe that's a big reason they're picking on him.
Now 3rd and 9, trips left. Comets to the 28-yard line. Brown's going to drop back. Looks like that's Garnett with no one around him. He's able to make a few moves and get to the first down. So Saeed Garnett, he was open in the flat. Brown found him. Very shifty player, able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he's there for. A big comparison to Tyreek Hill. Got a lot of speed. He doesn't have a huge height advantage over anyone, one of the shortest guys on the field, but he'll make you miss. And once he makes you miss, there's no catching up. Able to make a first down out of pretty much nothing there. Make 3 or 4 defenders miss.
Yes, height in some ways makes him more effective on the slant routes. We've got a lot of players bunched up. Defense sometimes lose Garnett over the middle. This time the Elks kind of lost him in the flat.
Comets are doing a good job milking clock here. They got 2 minutes till halftime.
Again, they look for Garnett on the quick out route. Tries to get away from one man, but a swarm of Elks defenders. It's going to be Nick Bruton able to make the tackle.
Yeah, Bruder has been really impressive on both sides of the ball today. I mean, all 3 if you want to count special teams as well. He's been the punter. And Mason's going to take a timeout, stop the clock, regroup. 1:55 to go till halftime.
So, Ben, how do you think the Comets should kind of approach it here in the 2-minute drill?
I like to do what they keep doing. Sailors, give him a carry or 2, and then take a shot downfield. If that doesn't work, you got the medium yardage option. Kobe Lewis has been really good. Eliminate those drops. Michael Molnar, if you get him more targets, get him settled into that wide receiver position.
Yeah, certainly. It's one thing to practice being a receiver in practice, but that's not, you can't really ever simulate a game, Friday night lights, in practice. It's going to take Molnar some more game repetition to get used to that receiver position, but certainly capable. Especially he's done a good job with route running, able to get open a lot. He already made a nice catch earlier in the game on that punt, making that one-handed jump and catch, able to save the Comets a couple points. For that, the game could be 7-7. Now Brown rolling out to the yeah, tough throw there for a righty quarterback rolling out to the left. Couldn't find Kobe Lewis.
Yeah, and those kind of things are what Molnar, those were his forte. We talked about his legs. He's also really good rolling out. Not necessarily the pocket passer that Larson Brown is, but they both have their pros and cons. And today they got a 7-5 lead. Defense is holding up pretty well. Only giving up a field goal. And the safety, obviously not their fault.
Wonder if this may be 2-down territory for the Comets. If they don't get it on 3rd, maybe they'll go for it on 4th, depending how close they get. A Molnar low man out to the left. Lewis and Garnett to the right. Brown looking for Molnar, now trying to escape. Good job finding Lewis right at the 50. And a good catch by Lewis, able to move the chains.
Lewis got beaten up a little bit last game. You know, he had some rib problems, but he's showing a lot of toughness today, and Comets going to go no huddle. There's going to be a flag. Looks like a false start on the Comets, because they finally got a pretty good pass play. To get some momentum, it's going to go right back.
They're trying to play up-tempo again, that 2-minute drill. So now it'll be 1st and 15 on their own 45-yard line. Comets taking a lot of time in the huddle here. Now trips left. Sailor standing to the right of Brown in the backfield. And he's just going to hand it off to him. Conservative play up the middle. Sailor is able to get about 4 of those yards back to the 49-yard line.
Mason has just enough time. They're trying to show that the run game isn't out of option yet. Keep Centerville honest. They still got to go quickly.
Now Brown looking to go deep on this play. A tough throw, and that's going to be caught with a lot of room for the Comets.
Brian Violand, and it's good to see Violand get involved. He didn't have a reception last week, and he was the guy expected to have a lot of time taken away from due to Molnar moving to that wide receiver position. There's a flag on the play. And it's going to go back on the offense. Unfortunate play there. They got some good yardage. Violand, his first reception, first varsity reception of his career. And it was a illegal man downfield.
Yeah, unfortunately, on a lot of those plays, that's what happens sometimes when you throw up those tough passes. Always seems to be some penalties involved. You throw it 3-on-1, but a good job by Violand nonetheless to come down with that one.
Especially a quick play like that.
Now Brown is going for a quick out route, able to find Molnar. Molnar makes a good run out of it. Able to get a first down and more all the way to the 35-yard line.
Molnar does something better than a lot of high school players, and that's combine his quickness with his size. He's a hard guy to take down size-wise, and especially when he can get out in front of you like that and make a move like he did there. That combination is killer to any defense. Going to be 1st and 10 coming up for the Comets.
A similar formation. Lewis and Garnett to the right. Molnar to the left. Brown drops back. He's looking for Lewis in the end zone. And incomplete, but there will be a flag. So it looks like that's going to be pass interference on the Elks.
He's down on the play.
And that's Kevon Lawrence, the defensive back. The senior is down after the play, so let's hope he's okay after the collision with Lewis.
We're going to take a look at the flag and then the injury. Flag contact definitely came a little early. Got his hands across Lewis. Lewis really didn't have a chance. And then after the celebration is when it looks like the injury came to Lawrence, most likely on the landing. Takes a few steps, likes the incompletion celebration, and maybe took an awkward step jogging off the field.
It maybe twisted his ankle a little bit.
16 seconds to go. With that pass interference, Comets will get decent field position.
That's huge for the Comets, puts them in field goal range here. So let's see, they haven't really kicked a lot of field goals this year so far. So let's see if they'll just keep the offense out in the field. Certainly they will for this play. And maybe one more, but it'll definitely be interesting to see what this coaching staff decides to do.
Black Hole not the only one showing out tonight. Centerville student section traveling in a decently far way to support their Elks. Hawaiian night against rodeo night in the black hole. As Lawrence going to be carried off the field, can barely put 1 foot down. So not a good sign. That's the second Elk today to be carried off the field.
Yeah, the secondary becoming pretty thin for the Elks. Dang a little bit banged up as well as Lawrence.
1st and 10 coming at the 22.
Now Brown on the shotgun. He takes the snap. He looks to the right and he finds Garnett over the middle at the 18. A nice move, Garnett gets to the outside. And a touchdown, it looks like. He fumbles it, but the Comets able to recover it in the end zone.
We're going to wait.
Able to fall on it.
Await the call, see if he fumbled it before the end zone. Touchdown Comets either way, but it could be Garnett's first touchdown in his career. Garnett had the reception and immediately one of the best moves we've seen today and of the season. Made the defender totally fall.
Yeah, Saeed Garnett has been the type of player the Comets have been missing for years. Slot guy, very quick, able to get open, shifty.
And a new Michael Timmons. That one could have been good from 35. Take a look at the touchdown again. Brown, perfect pass, saw Garnett, placed it up perfectly, and he made the defender miss. Got tripped up a little there. Looks like the fumble did come out before the end zone. So the touchdown by judgment may be given to Kobe Lewis, but still really good reception by Garnett. Kind of a dodged bullet for the Comets. That Lewis was able to be right there, but a 14-5 lead, that's big. Puts it up to 2 possessions before halftime. You know, awaiting one more play most likely with the squib kick we'd expect coming from Rominski.
Yeah, this Comets offense really starting to come together with Garnett in the slot. Very shifty player. Molnar on those deep threats using his height, and Lewis as well. Kind of the do-it-all guy for the Comets. Looks like a very good combination. And it's one that wasn't really expected at the beginning of the year. The Comets able to adapt, and this is likely the unit we'll see for the rest of the year if they keep this up.
Yeah, and you got Molnar and Viola had a nice catch if it wasn't for the penalty. Has solid backup options. Squib kick does come from Rominski.
It's going to be Graveline. He's going to be able to make a man miss, but they're going to run out of time. So the Comets kind of content to let him run around and end the first half. So what a response for the Comets after being down 5-0. No problem. They take a 14-5 lead with 2 touchdowns from Larson Brown.
It started with the Molnar safety over Molnar's head, totally gave Centerville some momentum. Then they had the field goal, puts them up 5-0. But then the Comets offense responded perfectly. The junior connection, Brown to Kaler, Kaler's second touchdown of the season. And then the fumble recovery after the reception by Garnett. And Comets 14-5 lead into halftime, on pace to start their season 2-0.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game. The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we come!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC TV.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But
I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
That leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRCTV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step,
Hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Sam, Elmo.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Good morning, Uglyville! Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wait.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Find the right seat today.
I'll be right back. Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car back. I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but I mean, it's not like he's gonna know either. So.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be 50% less likely to use them.
everyone, and welcome to ICRC TV Sports.
Three-pointer.
Got it! In for the Comets score.
Win! Comets win! Yeah!
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game.
The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we go!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC TV.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello, and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is the Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRCTV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know, I
was.
heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Mason High School, a rainy Friday night.
Comets struggled early but hold a 14-5 lead over interconference rivals the Centerville Elks. Both teams 1-0. And the story of the night has been the Comets' improvement throughout the game.
Yeah, certainly. Comets were down 5-0 at the beginning. Like you just saw there, safety at the very beginning of the game. Snap over the punter Molnar's head. And then a long field goal for Courtville. 40-plus yarder, making it look easy. But then the Comets respond. Brown to the pass to Quentin Kaler, the junior connection for a touchdown. Make the game 7-5. And then Brown again, this time to Garnett. Very shifty, nice move in the open field. Fumbles it at the goal line, but fortunately for the Comets, Kobe Lewis able to fall down with that one and record the touchdown for the Comets. So they lead 14-5. So some other games around the Cincinnati area. St. X and Coleraine, usually a good rivalry every year, but they lead Bombers up 42-0 on the Cardinals.
When was the last time, and I'd love to see someone go back and look this up, when was the last time Coleraine was down 42-0 at halftime against any team? Dominated the GMC for 10-plus years. Coach Bolden left for Lakota West last year, and directly Lakota West won the GMC.
Yeah, a lot of games got canceled, but Lakota West 35-0 up on West Claremont. Kings lead Sycamore 14-12, and Springboro up on Middletown 14-7 as well. Again, a lot of canceled games on this rainy Friday night as the Comets are going to kick it off to the Elks for their 9-point lead here. Start second half.
Ryan Rominski, the southpaw, takes a few steps back. The run up. They'll let it bounce out of bounds for a flag. Some dirty laundry on the field immediately to start the second half.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rominski, you only got a little bit more leg into it. That would have been a touchback, but a pretty big difference now. Centerville going to start off with some pretty good field position. Luckily for the Comets, being up 14-5, they are up 2 scores. Being up by 9 is a lot more significant than 8.
So Chase Harrison hasn't done much this game. FBS program Marshall. That's the school he's committed to. Coming back out onto the field, trying to change that tide. 1st and 10 coming up at the 35. Duo twins to his left, one receiver to his right. He'll take the snap first of the second half, immediately hand it off to Wakilongo for a couple yards.
The Comets have done a really good job controlling Wakilongo all game long. 192, 2 touchdowns last week. Comets really read the scouting report well, doing a really nice job containing him early. Got to get a lot of defenders on him. And this front 7 has really corralled him all game. Not really let him get into the open field much.
2nd and 8, twins to his right. Wakilongo out in motion now. Couple step drop back, dumped off. And off the hands of Cameron Smith.
That's another guy that Comets defense has done well on. Cameron Smith, a huge game last week, 117 and a touchdown. It's been very frustrated today. Of course, had that penalty was shoving a couple Comets, including Caden Evans, which drew the foul.
Sets up a 3rd and 8 coming from the 37-yard line. Snap taken, a lot of pressure thrown up the middle, and corralled and got a first down. Catch made by Nick Bruder, finally brought down by Guido Jackson and J.C. Deaton.
Yeah, Bruder's really been all over the place for the Elks, offensively and defensively. And a nice throw there, getting the window between Deaton and Evans there. So a good throw for Harrison. Let's see if that will calm him down a little bit. Start out the second half.
Centerville wants any success offensively. They're going to need to get Harrison going. They've stuck with the same formation all game. Twins to his left, one to his right. Smith now in motion. A botched snap, and contact made from Rominski brought him down immediately. So the kicker, Ryan Rominski, getting in on that play.
A really good job by Rominski. Very athletic. One of the highest verticals on this Comets team. Showing his athleticism there, could become a two-way player.
Special teams and defense. 2nd and 12 coming up now.
They're going to keep him here on end on this play.
Little change up, trips to the right. No receiver to the left of Harrison. Joaquin Longo still on his right. Shotgun snap taken. Looks like that was an option. And he's going to take it himself. Play made by Guido Jackson for no gain.
This Comets defense playing very electric tonight. Centerville offense that dropped 38 points last week on Fairfield. The Comets make it look like a completely different team here. Really good job, open field, one-on-one tackle. Not an easy play from Guido Jackson there.
3rd and a long 12 coming up for the Elks. Trips to the right once again, no receiver to the left. He's got a tight end to his left. Joaquin Longo, fake handoff to him, pressure on the outside. Missed some contacts, and catch made for a first down and more.
Yeah, good play design there from the Elks.
That's going to be Matthew Kaprinski, his 2nd reception of the game. Gives Centerville some of the best field position they've had all game and a first down.
Yeah, nice play design with the play action. Trips right. A lot of the Comets defenders went right. Instead, they found Kaprinski, the tight end, the only receiver there on the left side.
Sets up 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Centerville threatening to get inside the red zone for only the 2nd time today. Handoff. And play made right at the line of scrimmage. Caden Evans, he's been everywhere all day. Teams up with Guido Jackson on the rush attempt from Joaquin Longo.
I can't say enough about Caden Evans this game. Stepping up a lot, making a lot of plays, been all over the place. Holding Joaquin Longo again to no gain, so 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you talked about all the offensive performances that Centerville had last week and how pretty much all of them Mason's been able to hold. No one really jumps out to you on the stat category in the first half. Smith in motion, another botch snap, and it'll just be corralled from a dive by Harrison. Looks like maybe Harrison wasn't quite ready for that snap. Wide snap, and then needed to get the handoff quick because it was a motion.
Yeah, it was a wide snap. That's a little bit more on Harrison there. One, he should be able to corral, and it's the field conditions for both teams. Very wet field, a lot of rain coming down. Certainly seen the impact on snapping so far. A lot of bad snaps for both teams, and now broken play, 3rd and 13, tough position for the Elks.
The 3rd and 13, trips to the left, no to the right. Joaquin Longo rolls out to the right. Harrison wants him to go downfield, escapes pressure, and unable to connect with his receiver. Coverage from Guido Jackson. And J.C. Deaton, once again, those two have teamed up. Mikey Jones was there too. That trio has had a great game in the secondary. And a lot of that incompletion due to pressure as well. So a long 4th and 12. We saw the 38-yard field goal from Courtville. They're not going to try it again. And Centerville is going to take a timeout to talk things over. What do you do here if you're the Elks?
Well, it's a very tough position right here. 4th and 13 from the 30. I say you kick. You're down 2 scores. It's a 9-point game. You're going to need that field goal at some point. Courtville, very solid. 47-yarder. He already knocked down a 48-yarder. So this one well in his range. That would be a kick he'd certainly be able to knock down if necessary. So,
especially, I mean, he had some extra leg on that 48-yard field goal as well. So you'd think he could knock it down from a little further even. But we'll see what they're going to come out with. 7:28 to go, 4th and 13. And Courtville not pictured to come out for Centerville. 13 from the 30-yard line. Twins to the left, One receiver to the right, Joaquin Longo to the left. Joaquin Longo in motion. Three-step drop back. Fires across the middle, over the head of Smith, and incomplete. Turnover on downs. Comets defense holds up once again.
Yeah, certainly surprised to see that call, Ben, especially considering it's a two-score game. Elks are going to need those 3 points anyways.
Weston Simmons had the coverage for the Comets.
Weston Simmons, great coverage on that play. And the pressure once again, looks like it may have been a hold. Will Ott coming through. He got nervous with that extra hit from Sailors at the end, but officials realizing ball was still in the area. So now Comets come out at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Larson Brown tried to put a third touchdown through for the Comets. Twins to the right, no receivers to the left. Handoff, give it to Sailors, breaks a tackle. Nice truck across the middle, get an extra yard or two.
And Nick Sailors is up and down back. He doesn't make a ton of people miss, but he hits the hole hard. Similar to Nolan McCormick, this guy, the Comets, hopefully he'll become kind of that first down, reliable, at least 3 yards every single handoff. Good for 7 there.
Twins to the right once again. Handoff, give it to Sailors. This time, not as much room to work with. It'll be swallowed up only a yard after the line of scrimmage. Tackle made on the play. D-tackle. So that was Eric Coleman. He had 4 tackles last week, and that's at least his 3rd of the day.
Yeah, Centerville front 4, very tough to run on. It's rare when they give up 2 big runs in a row. Able to stop Sailors this time, so 3rd and 2. Let's see what the Comets will come out with on this play.
3rd and short, under center goes Brown. 1 receiver to each side. Snap taken, Sailors for the 3rd straight time tries to power through, and they'll give him the first down. Great work by Nick Sailors, just getting enough.
Very good awareness from Sailors there, as well as the offensive line, knowing exactly where the spot is. Not trying to do too much on the play, just get the first down, move the chains. Good play call too. Comets have the 2-score lead, no need to rush. Just play smart fundamental football, and that's exactly what they're doing on this drive, taking their time and moving the chains. So another first down now at the 42-yard line.
They'll try under center again. 2 receivers, 1 to his right, 1 to his left. Got a couple wings. Fake handoff, pressure. Brown dumps it off. Quentin Kaler caught his 2nd reception of the game, and they're going to give him a first down. Quentin Kaler's only had 2 receptions, but both of them very effective in yardage.
You can really see the improvement of Larson Brown on the run. Gets the play action. Sailors, he's able to find Kaler over the middle. He actually held out, looks like he held out the wrong hand. He didn't have the football in Sailors' hands, but still tricked the Elks defense. He's able to find Kaler open.
A lot of times when you're trying to do a quick play action, that's what they'll teach you. 2 receivers once again, this time in shotgun. Handoff given to Sailors this time. Right off the blocker, Kaler. And Sailors able to get pretty good yardage, and after a big reception from Kaler, he's able to get out in front and lead Sailors, and Sailors is injured. He's calling for a substitution. And he says, never mind. It's taking too long. Backup running back. But they are going to take some extra caution.
Yeah, you know, sometimes the worst injuries in this game can kind of be the small one, and then another one aggravates it even worse. So
you definitely don't want to make it worse. Get things looked at. That's going to be Brian Egbert for the first time checking into the game. He's the senior, first time getting some varsity experience.
He had 1 rush for 5 yards last week. He will get the carry on this play for gain of about 2.
Stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Simple play off the guard. Maybe setting up for some pass plays later in the possession.
Yeah, this Comets run-pass combo has been very effective this drive, and especially it's really gotten better throughout the game. Keeping this Elks defense guessing on every snap.
2nd and 9, shotgun formation for Brown. Twins to both sides. The big tight end Fosnot out to the left. Handoff will be given right up the middle, and immediately Egbert met behind the line by a swarm of Elks, and finally taken down by Matthew Kaprinsky. Had 6 tackles last week. He's had a couple of good receptions offensively today.
Grant Martin made the stop for the Elks.
So it's going to be one of the first difficult plays on this drive for the Comets. 3rd and long.
They're not in,
situation here.
They're not in the worst position. Most likely 4th down territory. Little outside of Timmett's range, but definitely not. You definitely don't need to punt from where they're at right now. Brown will be in shotgun. Doesn't want him to have to make that decision. 2 to his right, 2 to his left. 3-step drop back. He'll take it himself. He's got some room, and he's got the 1st down. Takes a dive and got a late hit. Brown's a tough kid. He'll immediately get up. Late hit came from Dang there.
Now let's hope Larson Brown's okay after the hit. He's going to come off for a sideline with the helmet coming off.
Automatic rule in high school. Helmet comes off. You got to head off the field for a play. But good sign. You can tell him. You could tell he told Coach Castor he's okay. No flag though, and a 1st and 10 coming up at about the 24-yard line. This Comets offense, you know, they aren't getting the best of yardage every single play, but when they need a big play, they've been coming through.
Yeah, they're really taking what the defense gives them. Brown not much for a runner. Elks know that, but still had to pick up the 1st down anyways.
So Molnar's first snap at quarterback today, and exactly what you'd expect to be a run to the outside, taken down only a yard or 2 after the line.
So it looks like Molnar is going to
take the wristband off, hand it to quarterback Larson Brown. Coming back on the field. Tough kid. We mentioned it before. And he had a lot to prove coming into the year as only the 2nd string quarterback, Molnar in front of him. And the versatility of Molnar kind of helped him get to that point, but I mean, he's helped himself as much as he could. Had a great game in week 1. And playing great so far. Quick throw out to Molnar. Quarterback to quarterback connection we've seen a few times for about 5 or 6 yards. Cameron Smith once again the center of extracurricular activity.
Cameron Smith brought down Michael Molnar.
Yeah, the Comets just really extending out this drive.
3rd down 5.
Almost a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Now 3rd down and 5. Doing exactly what they want to. Run down the clock. And if they're able to get another touchdown here, it'll be very difficult for the Elks to come back.
They have trips to the right for Brown. Ben Fosnot, tight end. And Garnett and Lewis. Lewis in motion. It's going to stop and go back. Quick screen pass out to Sailors. Sailors got some room. The blockers in front, and most likely a block in the back there from Fosnot. You can see it wide of the screen.
Yeah, Sailors. He's got a ton of space opened up for him. And yeah, like you said, most likely a penalty on Fosnot, number 87, tight end for the Comets.
We're going to wait the call, and it looks like that's what it is. So it's going to push Mason back to a 3rd and 17.
3rd down and 17.
Once again, probably in 4 down territory. Trips to the left, they'll try that again. Molnar alone to the right. 3-step drop back. Lurking up is Brown, and right to Kaprinsky, but he drops it.
Yeah, that was really one of the first big mistakes of the day from Larson Brown. Should have just thrown one away there. He was trying to go across the field.
You couldn't really tell who he was trying to find across the field either.
Maybe he was trying to find Fosnot, but he was covered pretty good by Reggie Powers, the safety. So maybe he's looking for Fosnot, slipped out of his hand.
Looks like Kobe Lewis kind of stopped in the middle of his route. So miscommunication from Lewis and Brown. It's hard to, when you get a receiver stop their route like that, it's hard for a quarterback scrambling to regroup and realize what's going on. But under center now, 4th and 17. And Mason will take a timeout. Kastner not happy about something.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of an understatement. Kastner's not happy about something. But yeah, 4th and 17. Going to be interesting to see what the Comets can do. Kind of in that no man's land at the 29-yard line. Too close to punt. Certainly a situation where you'd go for it. But also, 17 yards is a lot to get on 1 down, especially when the defense knows you only got 1 down to get it.
I was interested to see what was going to happen. They went under center and had a little bit of a power formation. You know, the play action or a run, either of those, probably not the best option on a 4th and 17. But we're going to see if the Comets change anything up after the timeout. And Ryan Rominski hasn't attempted a field goal yet. The southpaw going to attempt the 46-yarder. Lefty's kick is up and way short, no good. Short and wide left from Rominski. So the field goal choice didn't pay off, but doesn't give Centerville too great a field position. 27 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Score remains Comets 14, Elks 5.
Yeah, Rominski had the height on that one. Fortunately, just a little bit too far to the left from the lefty there. So now Centerville will get possession here with 27.3 seconds left. That's one of the downsides to having 2 kickers is you kind of want to get one guy as many game reps as possible. Definitely be tough to step in that situation when you're not the main kicker, kicking a pretty far field goal.
1st and 10 for the 20. Centerville will start their drive. Harrison with a man in motion. A lot of Comets switching up their positions. And a short little dump screen going to be given to Wally Kamba. And it'll be hit by Guido Jackson just before the 1st down marker. Jackson's having a heck of a game. But they will give Centerville the 1st down. Looked like he was a bit short, but the officials had a better angle. 19 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
That's one of Wakilango's best plays of the day. Gets the 1st down. See if the Elks will try to go back to him.
If you're Mason, you don't want to give him that confidence and that momentum. But twins to both sides for Harrison. Pass rush from the outside. Michael Molnar tries to break up a pass, not able to, across the middle. That's going to be hauled in for Arnold Fitzharris for a gain of about 5 or 6. Centerville going to try to hurry up their offense, get a playoff before the 4th quarter. They're not able to do so. So not a lot happening in the 3rd quarter. The Comets hold their 14-5 lead over the Centerville Elks, interconference rivals. Both teams 1-0 coming into today. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter action.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game.
The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we come!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC TV.
Welcome back to some Friday night football here from Dwyer Field. Comets up 14-5. It's the Elks taking snap, now going from left to right, and that's Wakilango. Cuts to the outside on the run, able to pick up a 1st down, move the chains again for the Elks, approaching Comet territory. Gaining about 5, now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Waukee Longo, you can tell he's playing with a little more confidence, a little more swagger. Made a really nice move to make a man miss. Finally met by Guido Jackson, who we just talked about. He's having a great game.
Now Harrison in the shotgun.
Monarch's playing that corner position. We haven't seen that yet this year.
Harrison rolls to the right. He's looking for Smith downfield. Good defense.
Pass was intended for Cameron Smith.
Michael Molnar there on the pass breakup.
Michael Molnar made it very difficult for him to catch that pass.
And that's the versatility from Molnar.
It almost looked like Cameron Smith realized it was over his head and tried to make sure Molnar didn't take that back for 6.
The quarterback, running back, and now cornerback as well for Molnar.
2nd and 10 now.
And Comets all over that play up the middle from Waukee Longo.
How about Aaron Spears, the junior, first time getting some real varsity playing time, and he breaks through the offensive line with ease to meet Waukee Longo.
Yeah, these junior defenders really stepping up for the Comets all game. Davis, Spears, Bates.
And then Evans finally came in to clean it up. I mean, he's been everywhere all day. No surprise there. But a 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12. This is where the Marshall commits going to have to step up and make a big play. Keep his Elks on the field now in the 4th quarter. Trips right. Harrison drops back and a little bit high on the pass to Nick Bruder.
Yeah, Bruder. You're going to see the stat column not great so far from Harrison, but a lot of that due to some easy drops from Bruder, from Smith, from Kaprinski. Wide receivers definitely not helping him out.
Yeah, a little bit off on the throw, a little bit high. That's certainly one that Bruder I would like to have back.
Punt almost blocked.
That'll be a fair catch by Lewis. Looks like he didn't touch it, but unfortunately, he rolls his ankle a little bit, kind of holding his calf right now. It's stretching out. Could look like a little bit of an awkward fall.
Hopefully, if you're Mason, you're hoping that's a cramp. He's able to kind of limp off the field on his own power. Just kind of an awkward move. We're going to see a step here. Oh, and kind of stumbled trying to fair catch that ball. And both legs went in awkward directions. Couldn't really tell which leg it was. But hopefully he's able to walk that one off.
Hopefully he's certainly okay. Unfortunately for the Comets, Lewis didn't touch that ball. Because if he did, pretty easy return for the Elks.
Yeah, I was going to say, really good job getting out of the way by Lewis, too, after being injured.
Now Larson Brown leading his Comets back onto the field with a 9-point lead. Comets certainly content to slow down the tempo on this drive. Fake handoff to the left with Sailors. Brown rolling out to the right, a little bit of pressure. And he's able to find his man. That's Saeed Garnett making yet another play, getting open with ease.
That's a more impressive play by Brown than it may seem. On the run like that, we talked about that. May have been one of his weaknesses. He's more of a pocket passer, but he's proven us wrong. I mean, what do we know? Finding Garnett, who wasn't 100% open.
He's really been able to handle that pressure well. Not let the defensive lineman get to him.
Under 10 minutes to play. 2nd and short coming up for Mason.
Now Brown's going to take the snap. Running formation. Sailors up the middle. Gains about 2 or 3. Flag. Wonder if it's a holding penalty on the Comets.
That's something we're seeing.
Matthew Karpinski brought him down.
Almost feels like the first time for the Comets. They've been playing very disciplined. That was one of their keys to victory today. Was play disciplined, do your job. And they haven't got too many penalties called on them. But it looks like there's going to be another one going their way, going the other way.
Penalty against the Comets. 2nd down, 11.
Brings up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line, Comets slow pace. Now trips left.
Comets have loved that trips formation with the tight end in the middle.
So they set up the screen to Garnett. Tries to make a man miss. And a nice spin move there. Very good effort from Saeed Garnett. But about 5 or 6 Centerville defenders emerge on him, able to take him down. That just really shows how shifty he is, able to get away from 2 defenders, and it takes about 5 or 6 to really corral him and end his run, even though the Comets only get a 1-yard gain.
I think Centerville's starting to catch on to that play call. We just talked about the tight end in the middle of the trips, and they're running that screen out of it a lot. They like to get that tight end out and block, but Centerville came from all different directions. Third and 9 here, and this is not 4-down territory like they had the previous possession.
Now Brown finds Molinar wide open over the middle, and the Comets move the chains. Molinar, 34-yard line. That's good for a gain of 14, and another first down for the Comets. Great job by Molinar getting open and blown coverage from the Elks. Nobody home on that right side of the field as Molinar is able to connect with the easy slant route.
That's what's so dynamic about this wide receiver core. When you add Molinar in, you have so many options. It's so hard to guard Molinar and Lewis and Garnett and Violand and Kaler and Fazan at the tight end position. And you saw that there. There's too many guys that the secondary has to key in on, and no linebacker was there for the Michael Molinar coverage.
A couple receivers line up to the right side. Read option this time from Brown, only able to get a couple yards. Hasn't been really effective that far. This Comets only able to pick up 2.
For a quarterback who's making his first start and he's hearing all the noise about how he can't run like Molinar can, he has run with no fear, and he's been aggressive going at the offense or the defensive line. He doesn't care about what everyone's saying. And he has not shied away from his first quarterback start of his career.
It looks like he's been playing for years. Very poised, calm under pressure. Now Brown takes the snap. Able to drop back and look for Molinar. A nice out route, and he stays in bounds. He's going to take that all the way up to around the 33-yard line. Elks defenders thought he stepped out, but Molinar able to capitalize on the mistake there.
Brown's doing a really good job of finding the open man, and Molinar finally looks like he's starting to find a home at wide receiver. I think that's a great move for the Comets, you know. Being the quarterback, it's pretty and all, but I think he gets a pretty good glory at the wide receiver and safety position as well. If Molinar can perform like this, get an open like this at the wide receiver spot, he's going to find a lot of success there.
It's really playing to everyone's strengths. Certainly Molinar uses athleticism at receiver. It's now 2 receivers to the right. Sailors up the middle. Nice move to get to the left.
I've talked about it with Brown, and I talked about it with Sailors a little earlier. But the run game formation's been very aggressive, and they don't have a lot of veteran guys running the ball. Brown and Sailors have the 2 most carries on the team right now. They're both juniors, both getting their first starts of their careers.
Now Larson Brown again. This Comets offense 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line. Letting the clock tick down. Brown drops back. And looking for Garnett. That's going to be incomplete. Reggie Powers looks like it's going to be a gain of 1. Powers able to get him he's able to get a yard there.
Yeah, couldn't really tell what happened on that play. Garnett escaped free, but the coverage not far behind. And he was met immediately after it was caught. Good job for him. It's only his 2nd start of his career to stay poised and be able to hold that ball after contact. And that's exactly what Mason wanted. Coach Castor very happy about that.
Yeah, especially on a 3rd and 4. Giving the Comets 5 yards and a first down.
Penalty was for offsides. Elks, 5 yards, first down, Comets.
Centerville coach is certainly not happy about that call. It's the Comets now inside the red zone at the Elks 19-yard line, and they do have a first down.
Centerville can't afford to keep making mistakes like this. Time's ticking down, and if Mason can get a 3-possession lead here.
Handoff to Sailors up the middle. Able to plow ahead.
Ball may be loose.
For about a gain of 4. Yeah, let's see who has in the pile.
And it's going to go Centerville's way. What a change in momentum. Sailors thought he was down. Officials discussing, but one official seemed pretty confident that it's a fumble recovery for Centerville. And this is the kind of thing that can turn the whole energy around. It does look like the ball came loose before Sailor hit the ground. He definitely doesn't have it at that moment. He immediately thought he was down when he lost it, but that wasn't the case. Centerville taking over now at their own 15.
Yeah, it's really the one thing the Elks could have done to get a chance there as we take another look at the play. And it looks like, it's a little hard to tell, but it looks like that was the right call. So Centerville offense has to move quickly. Down by 9, they need 2 scores. Harrison looking to pass, a little bit of pressure. Just gonna dump this one off to Fitzharris.
Yeah, and something interesting we don't see a lot, an FBS commit like Harrison, he's not throwing the ball downfield a whole lot. You're seeing a lot of those medium yardage, 7 to 8 yard pass attempts, and he's not connecting on all of them either. Definitely not the performance out of Harrison Centerville wanted, but we still got a lot of time left.
Harrison slant over the middle this time to Bruder. Able to move the chains for the Elks. They're going to have to move quickly. It's a team that likes to go no huddle anyways.
Still are down by 2 possessions. Clock's ticking, 5:37 to go. First and 10.
So Harrison with the snap, Waukee Longo in motion. Goes out to the left. He's going to fake the pass, take it himself ahead. QB draw, gains about 3 yards in the play. Comets going to be content with that one. This clock keeps ticking here, only a gain of 3.
Good pass rush from the Comets, and that's something that's key when the clock's coming down like this and a team like Centerville is rushing. The quarterback has to deal with clock management as well as trying to run from defenders. It's hard to do both.
Harrison drops back.
This time's got a lot of time.
And he's going to find Smith over the middle. Great protection from Harrison. Looks like he also had Bruder open as well on the sideline. Elects to find Smith in the middle of the field. As they're on their own 49-yard line, moving the chains.
If you're an Elks fan, that's what you want to see. Smith and Bruder are 2 guys you have to get going if you want any chance of coming back in this game. They're going to be key in those long passes. As you can finally see the player we know Harrison can be. A couple of pinpoint pocket passes.
And a little bit of a breakdown there from Harrison trying to find Bruder on the screen. Comets read that perfectly. Got to give a lot of credit to this defense. Very impressive performance.
A lot of times when a team goes fast like this, they want to go fast tempo. They need to speed it up. They can catch a defense off guard. But Mason's done a good job of not being caught off guard and being right there every play. Couple of 12-yard passes from Harrison's what's fueled this drive.
Harrison drops back and he's content with dumping it off to Bruder for a gain of about 10. And they will give him the first down. So Bruder kind of open for a while. Looked like Harrison hesitated, thought about trying to find someone else, but content to get the first down there with Bruder.
They're now on Mason's side of the field.
And now this time at the 41-yard line. New set of downs. Harrison steps up, is going to take it himself. He's got a little bit of space. It's going to be Jake Bates with a tackle. And the Comets think they have it.
Jake Bates coming up with the ball. The aggressiveness of Jake Bates pays off.
They call him Hammer for a reason, Ben.
Even after the play, he's not content with just a regular tackle. He sees the ball is loose, and he's the first one to see it and immediately pounces on it. Harrison really upset after that play.
Yeah, Bates like coming from behind.
Yeah, the strip from Bates. Caden Evans came in to clean it up, the tackle. And then Bates, first one to see it. And the Comets will take over after Centerville looked to get a glimmer of hope. And how about Jake Bates? We said it in week 1, he was everywhere, offensively, defensively, special teams wise, and it has not been different today.
Now the Comets drive of their own. Not surprising on first down, the run.
There's a Comet down. That might be Michael Wood or Skylar Horn.
I believe that's 75, Skylar Horn, the center for the Comets, the senior.
Injury timeout. Atrium Medical Center, part of Premier Health, is proud to be the
Hopefully it's just a cramp in Horn's. Okay.
Now they always tell you the day before and of the game, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Cramps can happen when you're not hydrated.
Good analysis, Dr. Ben.
You know, I'm not exactly looking to go into the medical field, but I feel my talents in the medical profession could be used to benefit somebody. My goal is to save one life before I pass on.
Well, you could go into whatever profession you wanted to, Ben. He's talented in a lot of areas. Music industry as well. I know heard you're a pretty good singer too.
Rapper is more of a rapper is what I'd say I am. You know, dropped a couple albums in middle school. Haven't hit the market since. But it's been a lot of fun. Horn taken off the field. It'll be unfortunate for the Comets. Lewis finds a hole though. Flag on the play. And at this moment, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to the staff today working ICRC. Incredible crew. Dean Lowry in the truck making it all happen. As you're going to see on this graphic, he's doing a little more than just one job.
Yeah, certainly awesome crew. Glad to work with ICRC TV. We had to wait a while for this game to start. Certainly worth the wait after the hour-and-a-half weather delay. If you're interested in working for ICRC TV, volunteers, and reach out. We'd love to have you in one of our broadcasts.
Any position, you got camera operators, replay operators, graphic creation, announcers like Evan and I. Truly a great production. Comets come back out on the field, looking at about a 3rd and 9. Trying to milk some clock.
About 3 minutes left in the game. Brown's going to pass this time. That's going to be picked off.
That's the defensive end for Centerville.
And Garnett and Sailor's able to corral him about the 4-yard line.
Kobe Castor, his first interception of the season.
That's the linebacker, Castor, making a nice play, able to hold on to that one even after the deflection. And for the Comets, that's the worst case scenario there. If you punted, at least Centerville would have bad field position, but off the tip by Sailors, great job by Castor.
That play was made by the defensive tackle Cameron Gay, bringing that pressure. And they're inside the 5 now. First time Centerville, or second time Centerville's been inside the red zone.
A good hustle though by Sailors and Garnett, not giving up on that play, forcing Centerville to have to earn it here from the 4-yard line. But just like that, Comets thought they were in the clear a little bit. Elks not giving up, making an interesting game here.
Horns playing defensive tackle now. Good sign to see him back out on the field. This time on the goal line stand formation.
The first and goal from the 4, and a little trickery here. And the pass from Smith, and that's almost picked off. Smith probably should have kept that one himself. Caden Davis able to bat it down. Probably wishing he got the pick on that one.
It was a trick play. It was a handoff to Wally Congo, and then Cameron Smith, he kind of had the option. Tries to float it over to Harrison, the quarterback, but he didn't get enough arc on it. Caden Davis made a great play.
The old Philly special not working for the Elks.
Cameron Smith, or excuse me, Chase Harrison, not quite Nick Foles.
Now Harrison trying to keep it himself. An option to the right. Really good job of this Comets defense for no gain. Excuse me, gain of a couple. So we'll be 3rd and goal from about the 1-yard line here.
This goal line stand, we saw it once in against Gahanna-Lincoln last week.
So now 2 receivers to the left. Harrison in the shotgun formation. Drops back, looking to pass. He's going to lob one up to Smith, and it looks like he's in. He got it, so Smith struggled a little bit all game, but able to get a touchdown there. So that's Cameron Smith's 2nd touchdown on the year. Nice job crowning that one, able to keep both feet inbounds.
Beautiful lob pass. They let some pressure in. And Smith's great job, able to keep his feet in the end zone. Extra point attempt is good. And we got a 2-point game here at Mason High School. Less than 3 minutes to play.
And just like that, Elks come back after the big pick by Kobe Castor.
There's some confusion on the play. That's going to be a holding on the defense. Most likely penalty will be declined.
Maybe they'll be enforced on the kickoff.
But here's that touchdown. Jake Bates almost got his fingers on it. And then the coverage from Jones and Deaton. Couldn't team up to keep that one out.
Yeah, tough play from Mikey Jones there. Cameron Smith has got a lot of height. Able to use it there, go up and find that ball. Good placement as well from Harrison. Tough window, especially in those lob passes. In the back of the end zone, almost acts like an extra defender.
So the Comets now even more have to milk the clock. Centerville fans still showing out, still here. It's been a long night. Sitting at 10:41 p.m.
But luckily for the Elks, though, we've seen the kickoff ability, or excuse me, field goal ability from Courtville. He's got long range. If they're able to force the Comets to punt anything within 50 yards, he at least has a shot at. Again, you can kind of go back to the play where Molinar stopped the second safety from happening on the snap. If that were to go over his head, oh, and they tried the onside kick. And it looks like the Elks have it.
What a play call. And way to catch the Comets off guard.
That's Grant Martin, the middle linebacker, able to come up with it.
They're going to have the ball in Comets territory as well. You see, they're immediately coming out of the huddle. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, what an amazing play design. Just coming out of the huddle, the Comets defense certainly caught off guard. And we were kind of caught off guard too here in the booth.
And And it goes Centerville's way. They're going to have it at the Comets' 42-yard line now.
Yeah,
a totally different ball game.
Yeah, just a couple minutes ago, we thought the Comets were in control. Now Harrison trying to win the game for his Elks. He lobs it up, and he's got his man on the sideline. That's number 7, Nick Bruder. He's had a pretty nice offensive game. A really good pass from Harrison, showing why he's playing some Division I football at Marshall next year.
Bruder's trying to prove himself now. He had a few drops earlier, very unconventional for him. And Centerville in good field position, 1st and 10 at the 22.
Got 2 receivers to the left, one to the right. Harrison takes the snap, and Jake Bates all over that play with a huge sack for the Comets. Read that one perfectly.
I'll tell you, Jake Bates has an eye for the ball. You got defensive backs who have an eye for the ball in the air, and then you got guys like him who just have an eye for the ball carrier. No matter where they are, no matter where he is on the field, he's going to find them, and this time able to do it in the backfield. Under 2 minutes to play, 148, 2nd and 15 for Center last week, and you can see him warming up on the sideline. Hit a 48-yarder today.
Harrison drops back. He dumps it off to Walkie Longo, makes Bates miss. There is a flag on the play.
It's going to be very crucial which way it goes. It'll be a block in the back on Centerville.
And that might put them on the edge of field goal range. So now it's going to be certainly a long way to go for the first down after the penalty.
Those are the kind of mistakes you can't make in these moments. You're already in decent enough field position for a field goal. With 1:23 to go, you're down 2. But when you see the dirty laundry on the field like that, keeps pushing you back for a 2nd and 15 on the 27.
We're actually going to be pushed back even
further.
farther, about the 40-yard line. The refs blow the play dead here. They're going to talk maybe a little bit confusion about where they spotted the ball, maybe perhaps.
Referee and line judge talking it over. 1:21 on the clock.
Yeah, it was 2nd and 15 before.
Looks like a 2nd and 22.
Block in the back.
2nd and 22 now.
You don't see that every day.
Officials talk things over, speaking to both coaches, judging by the frustration of Brian Kastner. Might not be good for the Comets. I think it was about the clock, and they're going to say the clock is good. Starting from 1:18.
They're going to be at about the 40-yard line here. Elks now out of field goal range. 2nd and 22. Harrison drops back. He goes to the flat, and he will find Bruder for a decent chunk of yards.
That's big for Centerville, kind of putting themselves back in field goal position, especially with Courtville. We're under a minute to go here.
At 3rd and 14 from the 29-yard line. That would be a 46-yarder to see Courtville warming up on the sideline. Just about 30 seconds left to go. 3rd and 16.
He did make a 48-yarder, but 46 is still long. He's still a high school kicker.
Now Smith in motion. And Harrison's going to look for him, and that's out of bounds. Good coverage there from J.C. Deaton.
It all comes down to this now. 4th down. Field goal unit will head on to the field.
And no doubt field goal situation. 4th and 16. So we'll be Courtville with the 46-yarder. Like you said, Ben, he made the 48-yarder. But in this situation, the pressure, road game, the black hole, one of the biggest kicks of his career, certainly.
Last interconference game for the Comets, heading to GMC play next week.
A winner go home situation here from Courtville from 46, and the Comets icing the kicker here, call a timeout.
It's a good move by Brian Kastner. Centerville didn't get the snap off, so it's not your traditional ice, but they still want to make Courtville think about this a little longer. You can see he's amped up, jumping up and down in the huddle right now.
In some ways, it's better to call it before, because Courtville is not able to get the practice kickoff. Some kickers, I'm sure, like to have that extra practice as well.
Courtville kind of in a world of his own right now. Didn't need to take in much of what head coach was saying. All the fans standing across the rails now, hoping they'll be celebrating after this kick.
The Comets sideline very loud. So Courtville from 46, only 20 seconds left in the game. Comets up by 2. It's a good snap. The hold is good. And the kick is good. So Courtville, ice in his veins, drills a very far kick, and out of nowhere, the Elks take the lead and lead 15-14. A couple minutes ago, it looked like the Comets had this game on lock. But Centerville, what a response.
You know, it's those simple mistakes, the turnovers, the penalties. And you know, Courtville loves this moment. One of the best kickers in the city. This is no problem to him. Looks like it was about a 46-yarder. It's not even his longest of the day. But the high school kicker, there's a lot going on. The high school atmosphere is like none other. But he's able to keep his head in the game, stay focused, getting love from his teammates there. Maybe seeing a squib kick here coming from Centerville.
Yep. Special teams is a very important part of this game, and that's one thing you can take away from the game tonight.
And that safety was crucial to begin the game. Centerville with their unorthodox play style to kick off.
Yeah, the onside kick.
Comets do have some numbers on the clock. 15 seconds.
Yeah, certainly not all hope lost for the Comets and Coach Kastner on the sideline. That kick won't go in the end zone. Received by Kobe Lewis to the 25, to the 30. Lewis to the 40-yard line, stumbles up ahead to the 44. So the Comets have a pretty good return there from Lewis.
But it's just none other like Courtville. That could have been good from even longer, maybe 55. I mean, I've never seen anything like that in high school.
Black Hole on their feet. Still supporting these Comets. They should have at least a couple plays here.
Are they going to go for that deep shot into the end zone to have a couple of them?
And they still have a timeout left as well. So the Comets can still throw them inbounds, one over the middle. Try to dump one and then go for the Hail Mary. Brown drops back. He's looking over the middle, and he finds Molnar with 4 seconds.
Got to get down.
Molnar's got to get down. But instead, he runs
out the
it
clock.
out, and the game is over, so Molnar goes out of bounds. Tried to find someone to lateral to, maybe, but no one home, and just like that, the Comets lose 15-14, a game that they thought they had, just a game of runs.
Those are the end-of-game time management situations you practice all the time and barely get a chance to run it in an actual game. But Molnar, you either got to flip it to someone or get down. The Comets did have one timeout left. I think he was thinking he had to get out of bounds and thought he had time to get out of bounds. But with that one timeout left for Mason, he could have got down. Maybe he's calling a quick timeout. Maybe have another chance, but from Mason High School, Centerville, comeback victory, 15-14 over the Comets. A game that went back and forth, scoreboard-wise and momentum, and it all stemmed from this onside kick. Caught Mason off guard and set up good field position to get Courtville in field goal range, and he took care of the rest. Could have been good from 50+.
Yeah, we will see you next week for Mason Comets, Coleraine Cardinals, some GMC action. But from Ben and I and the rest of the crew, final Centerville Elks defeat the Mason Comets 15-14.